So if I'm click this message button, so it's get the previous value. I need to refresh this page. After that, just clicking here.
Just try to save the file once and then deploy it to the org.
Sorry.
You can just try to once save the file again and then deploy it
Okay,
to the org.
let me check. It's not working. Okay, let me check. It's on the router. Okay, now let's moving on to the pub sub model and publish. It's nothing but publish and subscribe. For publish and subscribe, we need one JavaScript library. So before that, we need to create that publish and subscribe. We need to create one library. That library should be very important to get a PubSub model, to get the communication between that component using the PubSub model. So we create the library. Here we have the library. This library we have mentioned all the things. For example, we have just using the const events. It's like a JavaScript object, and after that we have created a page reference like page one, page two, whatever it is we need. We just pass the object as like object one and object two. These are the predefined concepts for the publish and subscribe to get the communication between the components. So using this library, so without this library, the PubSub model is not possible. After that, we need to create the component, whatever component we need. Here we have subscribe component. Sorry, here we have the parent component. In the parent component, we have used one input and one button. So you already see that one. Here we have the one input text box and one button. For this text box, we get the values, we get the values from the user. So we can type here whatever we have typed here, that should be visible, I mean communicate to the other component only after the button click. In the parent to child, we can see the difference. Whatever we have typed, that should be bind with the child automatically. But in the PubSub model, once we type, after we clicking this publish button, then only it's visible to the child component. It's not like a child component. It's not. It's unrelated components. It's not comes under the same DOM hierarchy. So those components we need to get the communication. So here I am already mentioned this publish event method in the on click function, and we have change name also in the on change functionality. So these all are the method name we are writing. We already wrote in the JavaScript file. Just moving on to the JavaScript file, we have here I have used the wire adapter to get the current page reference. For example, if you are going to perform any level of record editing, like in that LDS, we have Lightning Data Service, we have an option like Lightning Record Edit form. That form, it's get the current record ID wherever you have placed in the detail page. If you are going to place your component in the detail page, that detail page, the record ID, that record ID automatically capture and is passed to the record edit form using the force has record ID concept. The same thing we can use in the LWC also using the current page reference. The current page reference, it get the current page values as a parameter. And after that, we have using the change name in the unchange functionality. Whatever value we have typed, that should be copied from event.target.value. The same thing. Whatever values you have typed in the text box, that should be copied. If I'm typing anything, that should be copied, and that is stored in the string text. We already using the empty string. After that, we have publish event. That publish event, we are going to fire this event in the in the child to child component or child to parent component. We are going to using the custom event. That time we are dispatch those event. But here in the public PubSub model, we are firing those event. Whatever we have using in the traditional Aura component, that should be copied here also. That firing concept. So here send name event, we need to pass some parameters like page reference and the empty string. After that, we need to pass the send name event. These are the three mandatory parameters we need to pass. And after that, I'm moving on to that HTML file. Here we have just to display the text message. The text message which is we have just passed here for the in JavaScript file, we are just declare like a track variable the text message. That variable we are storing event dot d sorry, this is not like, yeah, here. So here in the wire adapter, we have using the one empty string, like it doesn't contain any values. And after that, firing this event in the HTML, we have publish event. This method already declared in the JavaScript file. Thus, that method in the on-click event. So if I am typing anything and click publish, those words should be passed to the unrelated component. Don't we are not supposed to consider this is the parent component and the bottom one is the child component, because those all are not in the same DOM hierarchy. Those all are unrelated components. That is the reason we are using the JavaScript library to use this PubSub model. And here we have child component also. In the child component, we have just received text and pass this value, capture the text as a dynamic. Right, we can pass this capture the text as dynamically. And here in the JavaScript, we can using the connected callback and the disconnected callback to communicate the components, unrelated components, using the publish and subscribe. So this connected callback also we can using the listener register. For example, in the in Aura component, if you are using the application event, that time also we can using the register concept. We need to register the event. After that, we can firing that event. The same thing here also. We can first using register the listener, and after that, the disconnect callback, we can unregister that register. And the final one, it's like a LMS, lightning message service. Okay, for example, if I change anything here, should be copied here and refreshed once. And moving on to the LWC, I mean Lightning Message Service. Here I just using one VF page. In the page I just have using the function publish message. That message we have using the text message channel. So we need to create one message channel that would be helpful to get the values and pass the values from one component to another component. So here I'm going to check that message channel. Here I have one message channel. That message channel is like a text message channel. So here I am using this master label is very important. For example, in the object like standard and custom author, if you are going to create any field like custom field, that field have the suffix underscore c as a suffix. The same thing happened here also in the master label. If I declared anything, I mean write anything, here I have wrote text message channel. This channel should be taken as text message channel underscore c for the identification. The exposure is true. The message I want to pass from one component to another is this is text message channel to send receive text message. I just put it for a demo. So for this one I'm going to use check this VF page. In the VF page text message channel I am using this text message name like underscore c. So whatever values we have configured in the text channel, message channel, that should be copied through this field value. And after that, we can publish that page using the s4 start one dot publish. Then we need to pass two parameter, the object message, and after that we need to pass the text message channel, whatever we fetched from the message channel. And those values are displayed after clicking this button. We have one more button, publish message. So after that, we need to host this VF page. We just collect the input from the VF page here. I'm just collecting some input, but we need to pass this value to the LWC component. The bridge, there is a mediator between this VF page and the LWC component. If you can want to use the LWC to LWC, it's possible. And RR to LWC, it's possible. And VF to LWC, it's possible. So here I am using VF to LWC. So I am collecting the input from the VF page. Once I'm clicking this publish message, but here we don't have any JavaScript library. Earlier we can see those library in the publish and subscribe model, because we are going to perform the data communication between unrelated components which are not in the same DOM hierarchy. So, but here also the same concept. In the Lightning message channel, it's totally different. We can just create one message channel. Okay, that message channel, we need to declare the master label. Master label is like a API name. You can consider this one. This label, whatever you have name put in the label, that label added underscore C as a suffix identification, like consider as a API name. So here I'm collecting the input and that value to pass to LWC component. So here I have one more LWC component. That value should be fetched from the VS page, that should be displayed here. So how it is possible? So after this message channel, it's a mediator between the VF page and the LWC component. We need to focus on that LWC component. Here I am using the subscribe LWC. First we need to check in the HTML component. In the HTML component, we have just have some UI based concept in the earlier part. It's not a mandatory, it's optional. If you want to, you can use this one. But the mandatory thing is lightning input. Okay, in the lightning input, we need to use the toggle element. See, in the toggle element, we can swipe to on off state like a switch. So I'm using this one. In the toggle element, we can just, if you want to on this toggle element, the whatever values you fetched from the message channel, that should be displayed. Otherwise, that is not displayed. So here the JavaScript file also we can create message context and subscribe unsubscribe operation functionalities we can import here, and the text message channel we can import from the message channel we already described, I mean defined in this I mean in the LWC hierarchy. So here we have toggle subscribe. We passed the event. We just get the value event dot target that value. For normally input box, we can use that one. If you are going to perform the checkbox type of things, we can use event dot target dot checked. If is checked, then subscribe to text message is displayed. Otherwise, that is unsubscribed. The same thing. So here we have mentioned the method. That method is called here. We have a declare. I mean detailed. I mean business logic into this unsubscribe subscribe to text message. Here we need to check this is this that subscription that it is written. Otherwise, this that subscription equal to subscribe. We need to pass the parameter this dot context and a text message channel what we have retrieved from the message channel, and that message should be handled through the handle message method. That method we have declared here. This method we have passed on parameter like message. This dot received message we already have the empty string. That string we are going to save message dot published text. The published text we get from the message channel, and after that unsubscribe to text message unsubscribe we can just give the subscription. This is the subscription object subscription we are using here. It's a null value, and after this subscription we passed just null. So we are going to see about the demo. In the VF page I'm just typing admin, and before that I need to swipe this one to get the values from the VF page. So I'm typing just admin, click publish message, and moving on to here. The admin is fetched and displayed here. And I'm going to again type Trichy. So before that, I need to check whether it is swiped or not. So that is selected and click here, type Trichy and click publish message that should be fetched and displayed here. So this is the lightning message service. So whatever events we have like parent to child, child to parent, and publish and subscribe and lightning message service, these are the possible way to communicate between two components whether it is related or unrelated. So if you are going with the related component communication, that should be very possible using the custom events using the parent to child and child to parent. If you are going to perform the unrelated component communication, that time we can using the publish and subscribe, but it have one added concepts like JavaScript library. If you are forget to add that library, that not possible to communicate between the components. But in the lightning message service we simply add the message channel. There you can pass everything whatever you want. That should be fetched using the components, whatever components you want. The possibilities also I mentioned like VF to LWC, LWC to LWC, RR to LWC, and utility actions also possible. So those all are the communication types we have focused in the LWC. In future, we can expect more for communication between the components, but currently they are only focused lightning message service and custom events. These are the very important in the LWC. Apart from that, Aura component, we already know about the application and custom events. Those are possible to get communication between two components. So, any questions as of now?
So this lightning message service, is it a kind or part of the PubSub model only, or is it like separate?
It's a part of kind of PubSub model, but in the PubSub model, we need to declare on JavaScript library. But in the
Mhm.
LMS, no need to declare any library. We're just using the message channel. See here, the message channel we can just using. We need to pass the values. I hope you have an idea about the flow builder to LWC. We need to pass the value, how to pass the
Mhm. Yeah.
values in the
Yeah.
meta configuration file. We can pass the values to flow builder. I hope that the same thing we can follow here also.
Okay, can you show me the JavaScript library that you are talking about in the
Yeah,
pub?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I can share through this text, PPT, those
Okay.
library and code if you want.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions?
So like in that particular thing, you were using dispatch event in the child
Yes.
to parent, and
Yeah.
in the other one you are using fire event. So what is the basic difference between the two, like in terms of, or is it just the
Yeah.
naming that is affecting?
That's the naming is a difference. The both are performing the same operations. You have the hands-on in Ara component, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, in our component, if you want to show some toast message, whether success or
yeah,
error, that time you just add the event. After that, if you are forgot to add the fire event concept, like
yeah.
whatever event name,
We have to
that
fire
fire.
them.
Okay, yeah, that's not possible to display this toast message. And the same thing also in the Aura component, we have get the client side controller. We have the $NQ
Yeah,
action dot
yeah,
NQ.
yeah,
Okay, if you are not add that value, line action dot enqueue, so if the code is correct, it doesn't throw any error. Okay, the code is correct, but the expectation it's not achieved, the output is not received. You are getting confused wherever we have done the mistakes. Okay, that is the thing. If you want to execute those methods, custom events, that time you need to definitely dispatch that event.
yeah.
Otherwise, that not fire, that not executed. But same thing, the fire event and the NQ action, dispatch it, and everything is same. But this is completely JavaScript concept, the dispatch event.
Okay.
Any other question?
No, not right now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the contribution. I hope it's useful for you. So I will share the PPT along with the code if you want.
Okay, sure. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, thank you.